and welcome to Halftime Report. I'm Ekta Batra, and it is turning out to be a session where we are seeing some amount of semblance of sanity, at least for the markets at this point in time. So we have the Bank Nifty, which is up around 0.6%. Remember that the Bank Nifty has corrected quite significantly on a month-to-date basis. And we have the mid-caps, which are crawling back as well. So we have the mid-cap index, which is up around 1.3% at this point in time. Lot of result reactions to talk about. Case in point would be Tech M, which is in fact the top loser on the Nifty at this point in time. And a lot of numbers to look for as well. So for example, we have Sun Pharma, which is lower ahead of its numbers. So it's one of the Nifty numbers which will be coming out today. So down around 1.2% ahead of that. Turning out to be a session which is going to be quite cautious and quiet ahead of the budget, not to mention that we have the Fed policy to reckon with as well, along with expiry. So a lot of cues to watch out for this week. For today, it is the economic survey, which we will be shifting focus to in just a couple of minutes. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Ekta. Afternoon. Absolutely. There's so much to reckon with. So let's get straight to individual stocks then. And of course, as and when the economic survey is tabled, we will talk about that in greater detail. First up, Sonal, my colleague, is joining in. BPCL is the stock that's buzzing in trade this afternoon. Sonal, over to you.
Thanks a lot for that. Yes, a good set of numbers coming in from BPCL. It was a top-down beat. Revenues were up 4%, EBITDA higher than the poll at 4,200 crore rupees, and margins at 3.6% versus an estimate of 3%. Net profit also at almost 2,000 crore rupees. It is versus an estimate of around 1,400 crore rupees. It was led by the refining segment, where the reported GRMs came in at $15.50 per barrel versus an estimate of $15 per barrel. Even the marketing volumes were up 12% on a sequential basis versus an estimate of an 8% growth there. Margins now in petrol are at 10 rupees per litre, but diesel continues to see losses of around 6 rupees per litre. So the next big thing to watch out for this stock is the upcoming budget, because Jeffrey says we'll get more clarity on government policy for providing any subsidy or any compensation, because these companies could not go ahead and pass on hike in crude prices to the customers. They have a target price of 445 versus 410 rupees per share earlier because of this big beat that we saw in Q3. ICICI Securities says that they believe FY24 will be fairly normalized now. The earning trends, at least in the refining segment, are looking stable, and sharply higher marketing margin scenario is something that they are looking at as well. Motilal Oswal says crude prices have remained strong even as GRMs have fared better in the last 2 quarters, and which may bode well for the stock. So they are also positive on BPCL. On the back of strong set of numbers, the stock is higher in trade.
Okay.